Hello, YouTube! This is Shambles or the Destroyer. We're gonna watch a new Shoe0nHead video. America's in shambles. Is this gonna spiral me? We're gonna see. Hopefully, this is gonna be not what I'm worried it's gonna be, and it'll just be laughs. But we'll see. Grab your snacky, grab a bevy. No, yes. Grab some snackies, grab your bevy. Let me know what you're eating and drink down below, and let's get to watching.
My fellow Americans, I regret to inform you that it is that time again. Election time. Every 4 years we have to deal with this. Are you voting for the red pedophiles or the blue pedophiles? The red drone strikes or the gay drone strikes? Dead Palestinians or dead Palestinians? We're tired of it. They should just pick one guy to protect democracy and have him rule forever. And I believe that guy should be me. I am officially announcing that I have once again decided to run for president.
You're running for dictator? All right.
I know my last campaign didn't go very well after they found the tweets. Black people say it all the time. I can't say it. Let's take a look at our candidates, shall we? Trump. Old. Orange. Kamala. Woman. What is a filibuster? I don't know. I get all my opinions from Twitter.
Oh, good.
And my husband. Let's talk about Israel. Build Back Better.
Oh my God.
Agenda 47. Let me introduce you to the Shoe New Deal. Bring back the red Pizza Hut cups.
Listen, that soda hit different, okay? I don't know. And the cups, the soda hit different. I don't know how else to explain it, all right? Like, it hit different.
Universal guns for all. Make McDonald's colorful again. No.
Make McDonald's have all-day breakfast again. How about that? What happened to my fucking... whenever the hell I want hash browns? Okay, what is that about McDonald's?
More of this millennial gray shit, folks. We're sick of it. Government-sponsored big titty goth girlfriend.
Government-sponsored big titty golf girlfriends. How's the government gonna sponsor my big titty golf girlfriend? I'm in the wives group. I am the big titty goth girlfriend. Okay, which says a lot and is sad. So like, how are you gonna sponsor this? I'm just wondering.
Make it illegal to be mean to me. Imprison people who sleep in jeans. And finally,
why are you sleeping in jeans? Like, do you mean to, like, are you falling asleep in jeans? Or are you just like, yeah, I just go to bed in jeans? Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Deport all the Greeks. Who's gonna be my VP?
Not yours.
Alex Jones. So vote for me. Or else.
Well,
the DNC is being held in Chicago. There's a Kennedy in politics and an assassination attempt. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to 1968. It has been a crazy few weeks. I'm sorry that I have been gone. I've been very busy, as some of you know now, and as some of you guessed, I have recently had a baby. And as it turns out, that takes up a lot of your time. And it's weird, like, I don't really care about politics anymore, but at the same time, I care about them more than ever. Like, I feel like I care more about the future, but also I don't care about what this political streamer said about this political streamer. It is so freeing. I highly recommend it. And even though I told myself I am taking a break from politics, I am retired until further notice, I just couldn't help myself. Too much has happened. Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in. The news has been absolutely insane. I cannot keep up with it. The media has been more biased and extreme than usual, but thankfully there is a tool to help you navigate through all of that. So before we get into today's video, let's quickly get into today's sponsor. A sponsor I've been working with for over 3 years now, Ground News. Ground News is a website and an app on a mission to give readers a fun, transparent way to keep up with the news. And it lets you compare how stories are covered all across the political spectrum, from left right, and center. Every story comes with a quick visual breakdown of the political bias, ownership, and headlines of the source's reporting to help you get all the information you need to understand the full story. The blind spot feature shows what stories are being underreported from the left and the right. For example, here is a story about how Trump apparently said disabled people should die? What? Right away, we can see how this story has been covered by 19 sources, and 78% were left-wing. Barely any right-wing outlets are reporting on this. Or this one about how the Secret Service apparently refused to use drone protection before the Trump rally in Pennsylvania. Yikes. 13 sources covered this, and 100% of them were from the right. 0% of left-wing sources covering this. What's cool is you can even see who owns these media outlets. But my all-time favorite feature of Ground News is how easy it is to see how political bias can affect the framing of a story. It's so funny. For example, this story, this is how the left-wing covered it. Netanyahu's speech to Congress underscores US complicity in Gaza war. And this is how a right-wing source frames the exact same story. Are you ready? Allahu Akbar! Protesters burn American flag, rage outside Netanyahu's speech. I have been using Ground News every day since 2020. It is one of my all-time favorite apps, one of the first apps I open in the morning. Best of all, you can currently get 40% off their Vantage plan, which gives you unlimited access to their amazing features. Get the—
Hey, happy birthday, gifted sub. Thank you for the gifted sub, Ray. Welcome to the destruction of business.
The deal by going to ground.news/shoe, using the QR code on the screen, or clicking the link in the video description.
Her being like, I had a baby, and so like I said I was gonna pause because I've been busy. It's like, yeah, and her being like, I care about a lot less things. It's like, cause you listen. Pregnancy is traumatizing and childbirth is traumatizing. And then there's like this little like undone, not quite ready yet potato that lives in your house that you have to like make sure doesn't die because it cannot function by itself in any way, shape, or form. Like you're busy, you sleep deprived, like your body's trying to like heal from a traumatic experience, and it's a lot. So, you know, yeah, your what you care about has shifted drastically.
Now, back to the video. Now, as you know, I do not watch mainstream media. It's all biased and fake and bought by big pharma and the military-industrial complex, blah, 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 you know me. So instead, I tune into the real news.
Will Donald Trump win the next presidential election? No, thank you. Will Joe Biden be the president for the next 4 years? No. Interesting. Thank you. Is the ocean considered another dimension? Yes. Thank you.
Trump and Biden had a debate, and well, it went exactly how we all expected.
The total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more border patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either.
You know, I have my opinions, but let's see what the American people thought. I forgot to watch. Understandable. Have a nice day.
Joe, you did such a great job. You answered every question. You knew all the
What? It's a debate. They gotta answer. What? What do you mean? What do you did? Like you're talking to him like he's a toddler. Like I'm gonna be honest. This is why I was worried that this video was gonna spiral me. That debate, like before everything came out, like that debate was stressful. I didn't even watch it. To be honest, I didn't watch it. I saw clips of it and was like, cool. I'm spiraling. It was painful.
Answered every question? The bar is in hell. At first, Democrats tried to play it off like Biden had a cold. They can only keep Biden in the basement for so long, and now the whole world sees his brain melting live on TV.
With the COVID, with dealing with everything we have to do with, look, if we finally beat Medicare.
They couldn't deny it anymore, and people have been talking about it for years. I have been talking about it for years. We all saw it, and it's only gotten worse. And it's like fucked up to think about because it just kind of shows like, of course we all knew this, but they really don't give a fuck about us. If this is truly the most important election of our lifetime, and if democracy is at stake,
every single president election is the most important election of your lifetime. Every single one of them, it does not matter. They're always going to say that. It's always going to be kind of true, to be honest, because like presidential elections are important. And like also just, I'm sorry, if we have an age limit on how old you have to be in order to run for president, I feel like we should have an age limit for how old, like the maximum age you can be, you know? Do you know how taxing being a president is? Do you know how stressful that shit is? Like, oh my God.
Why were you putting up this rotting corpse of a man? The Democrats had 4 years to find someone else. 4 years. There are a ton of other options. Like, I would vote for Gavin.
Yeah, max age, that one. Like, age limits to everything. Please hydrate. Okay. Like, if we have, like, minimum age, even if we don't have minimum age, I would like max age limits, please. I don't think it's asking for a lot. How can you represent the people when you don't even know anything about what any single individual person under the age of 60 is experiencing? Like, are you serious? What do you mean you don't know how the internet works? It's 2024. Oh my God.
Newsom, I don't know any of his policies, but he looks like a serial killer, and that's enough. This is why we need to repeal the 19th. I'm just kidding. Am I? Everything I say is a joke, unless you agree with it, then I'm serious. There's just no way Trump is losing. It would take a miracle. It would take something like, I don't know, Trump getting shot in the head at a rally in Pennsylvania.
We see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Oh yeah, he's winning. I shit you not, I found out about this because of a meme on Twitter. The world could be ending, and I wouldn't know unless I saw a meme on Twitter. The bullet just grazed his ear because he turned at the last second to look at some immigration chart. Being racist literally saved his life. There's a lesson in that. The shooter was identified
There's not a lesson in that.
as Thomas Crooks, a 20-year-old who managed to find an unoccupied, unguarded roof not too far from the rally. He somehow knew that roof would be unguarded, laid down and aimed.
No, I do not care about a physical fitness test. I'm talking about max age limits. If you cannot relate to, like, the people that are voting for you and, like, their struggles and the struggles of, like, the people that are, like, basically making the economy run, no. Absolutely not. Like, I don't care how fit the 65-year-old is. I don't care how fit the 70-year-old man is. Like, if you cannot relate, like, if you just don't have any concept of, like, how a computer works, you shouldn't be running my politics. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not even sorry. That's whatever. People are going to get mad at me. This YouTube comments are going to be hell on earth. But still, that's my personal fucking opinion. Anyway.
A rifle at the former president without being noticed. Oh wait, he was noticed. By everyone except the people who should have noticed.
Yeah, someone's on top of the roof. Look. There he is right there. Right there, you see him? He's laying down, you see him?
Yeah, he's laying down.
Wow. We have people that...
Maybe don't be maybe alert somebody, but without screaming, because if he has a gun, he could shoot you, you know? I'm just saying. It's not just age, but like, and I'm not saying it's just age, but I'm saying that would probably help some.
Either this was insane incompetence, or they let it happen. I'm leaning more towards the former because if you look at our bridges and airplanes, America's in shambles. People were laughing about how some of the cops protecting Trump were women and like, come on now, that's sexist. They were making these awful memes like this. No, but like actually though, why did they have a 5'3" woman protecting a 6'3" man? The shooter could have had another clear shot of his head. Like, look at that. Look at that, what is that? Like, what happened? Did the Secret Service initiate some DEI program? That would be like something out of a right-wing boomer meme.
To expand hiring, they're aiming to have 30% women recruits by 2030.
Oh no. Breaking. FBI confirms that Trump's ear was struck by a bullet. Wow, thanks guys. How much do we pay you in taxes again? Also, now that the FBI said it, I'm kind of doubting it. This is like when the government confirmed there were aliens, and then I stopped believing that there were aliens. The way we were so close to just seeing Trump's head be blown into smithereens, the worst way to be blown, it is so crazy. Like, what was the motivation?
The worst way to be blown.
Behind this. I mean, the shooter would have to be some crazy leftist or maybe a crazy far-right person who didn't like Trump, right? Well, we don't know, because apparently this 20-year-old had no social media presence. Okay, we do know that he donated to the Democrats and was a registered Republican. The internet was really desperate to find any kind of motive, but the only thing the media seemed to report on was the fact that the last thing he did was watch porn. Getting in.
I mean, I don't think that dude's expected to survive. Like, I don't think he expected to walk away from this, to be honest with you. I don't know what his necessarily motivations were or anything like that, but I don't think he thought he was gonna, shoot the president and then walk away, personally.
One more goon sesh before getting shot in the head by the feds. Personally, I think it's important to know what kind of porn he was looking at. I think that will set the record straight. Was it furry porn? Leftist. Hentai? Right-wing. Feet? Centrist. Latex, balloon inflation, BDSM, sissy hypno? Shoe0nHead fan. I always thought about, like, if the MK Ultra suddenly kicked in and I went on, like, a kill spree. Good luck figuring out my politics. Trump shooter used gaming site that features presidential assassination game. So for those of you who don't know, they're talking about Steam. He doesn't even own the game. He didn't even play the game. This would be like being called a pedo because you have Netflix and Cuties is on Netflix even though you never watched Cuties. He's not trans. He's not Muslim. We can't figure out his political identity. Who do we blame? Gamers. Now, I'm not a believer in stochastic terrorism. I think that's a little goofy. People should be allowed to criticize people. But if you're like, he's Hitler, he's Hitler, he's Hitler, he's Hitler, eventually someone is gonna try to kill Hitler. But it is crazy to think about how, like, this will be...
This picture just made me be like, oh man, it doesn't matter what's going on. He's probably going to get voted in because it's a very strong picture. Look at his framing. Look at his photo. Like, this is such a strong fucking photo. And I was like, well, damn.
In the history books. This will be in my son's history book. But it will look more like this. Now, unfortunately, someone did die. One of the bullets hit Corey Comparator as he was protecting his family. But there were people, like, mocking this, which is insane to me. Like, it's one thing to make fun of a failed assassination attempt, even a successful assassination attempt on a politician. If we can't mock or criticize the people in power, there is an issue. But it's another thing to mock a innocent Trump supporter that died. The guy didn't have any power. He wasn't a politician. He was just a dude. I don't like where stuff like this lead.
I didn't see that people were mocking any of that. Like, the fact that people died was kind of just like glossed over where I saw stuff. Again, trying desperately not to spiral. But, like, that's not cool. Like, why are you mocking some dude dying? Because he was protecting his family and, like, the bullet missed its intended target and hit him instead. Like, that's pretty fucked. Even if it wasn't from the bullet, like, even if he got trampled or some shit like that, like, that's not funny. You know, like, that's kind of shit. Like, I don't know. That's kind of shit.
And sure, you could say, oh, if a Biden supporter died, MAGA would be laughing about it too. And, like, sure, like, can you just have some principles? Oh, speaking of, libs of TikTok started doxing people for making jokes about the assassination on, like, Facebook and getting people fired from their jobs, including some old lady who, like, worked at Home Depot. Like, her life is miserable enough, man. She's, like, 65 working at Home Depot. Libs of TikTok just completely forgetting the reason she started the account in the first place, to make fun of cringy liberal behavior, like getting people fired for jokes and political opinions online. I have been incredibly consistent over the years. Consistently retarded. But one of the things I've been very consistent on, one of my principles is being against getting people fired for like things they said online. If you don't have principles, you are no better than your enemy. And it just becomes this extremely toxic back and forth, this toxic cycle. And you all look like psychopaths while I'm here on the sidelines, principled and losing. Forever. Like, social media when this all was going down was a train wreck. Oh!
Yeah, it was. I had to I was like, cool, I'm gonna take a little break and not I mean, I was still reblogging some fan art and stuff, but I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go read my little stories that have nothing to do with any of this that's happening because I need everyone to chill out because oh my god, some of you are saying some really terrible shit, to be honest, and I'm stressed out.
Speaking of train wrecks, the RNC happened.
Make America.
Let me hear you cheer if you support Israel.
Enough was enough. And I said, let Trumpomania run wild, brother. We become totally unhinged if Donald Trump is not elected in November.
What the fuck is the dog? What's with the dog?
At the RNC, Trump finally announced his VP pick, JD Vance, a man who, according to Snopes, did not in fact fuck a couch. Well, he lost my vote. JD is a senator from Ohio, the author of Hillbilly Elegy, and a terminally online post-liberal who follows me on Twitter.
It is the weirdest thing to me. Democrats say that it is racist to believe, well, they say it's racist to do anything. I had a Diet Mountain Dew yesterday, and one today. I'm sure they're going to call that racist too, but it's good.
What?
I love you guys.
Are you laughing at the insanity of your comment that makes no sense? Having a Diet Mountain Dew is racist. Brother, what? What?
That's my oomphy. This dude follows 1,000 people, and 2 of them are me and my husband. There is a chance that we have a vice president who has retweeted the words Hitler Bussy 420. Oh, they did it. They literally did write about Mountain.
Why are we here? Why am I here? What in the fuck?
Do being racist. I hate it here. After posting on Twitter that he was dropping out, we didn't hear from Biden for a few days, and people started suspecting that he was dead. People genuinely thought the DNC took him out behind the shed and put him down like an old dog. The shooter missed. Quick. Plan B. Kill Biden. Phones don't even look like this anymore. This man's brain was so fried he had to drop out of the race, but he's still the president? We have a president who is too senile to run for president. So who is going to run for president? Who is coming to save us?
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
Just as I predicted 5 years ago, America might get its first female president because the president stepped down or died. Empowering! I don't know if you guys remember, but Kamala was not popular at all during the 2019 Democratic primaries. She dropped out before Iowa. She was less popular than Tulsi Gabbard, and people don't like to hear it, but she was literally chosen because of her gender. It's not even a joke. During the debate, when it was Bernie versus Biden, they were asked who they're gonna pick as a VP, and Bernie was like, well, it depends if they're progressive and if they're following a progressive agenda, and Biden was like, I vow to get a female VP, and the crowd went nuts. We might have President Kamala Harris because Biden tried to outwoke Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders at West Lebanon. Harris is not going to win this election, and she is going to have a very difficult time winning unless she begins to speak forcefully about the needs of the long-neglected working class of this country. The quote tweets and the replies were just full of thousands of people calling him sexist for this. Bernie is absolutely correct, though. Kamala has been so focused on getting, the TikTok vote with her little, Brat Summer thing. I don't know what the Brat is. I'm old, but someone has to remind Kamala Harris that she's running for president of the United States, not president of the gays and women. White Women for Harris meeting raised millions, broke Zoom. Oh, but when I want to have a whites-only meeting, I'm called a racist. Wow.
As white women, we need to use our privilege to make positive changes. If you find yourself talking over or speaking for BIPOC individuals, or God forbid, correcting them, just take a beat. And instead, we can put our listening ears on.
Oh.
Okay, I don't like being talked to like I'm a toddler. I'm gonna be 100%. First of all, what do you mean take a beat? Is that new slang? I just don't know because I'm old. Like, what is that? Second of all, don't talk to me like I'm a toddler. Like, I don't do that. It pisses me off. Also, yeah, maybe you should just, like, not be rude to other people. Like, that's just me personally. That's just my personal opinion. It's like I don't recognize because I'm too young. Jeez, like I don't even.
Oh no. Can Kamala Harris pull off a victory in 3 months? 3 top strategists lay out how. How do you run a 3-month campaign in an era when presidential campaigns have become years-long affairs? We gathered 3 top campaign managers to ask just that. We spoke with Patty Solis Doyle, who ran Hillary Clinton's 2008 presidential primary campaign.
I don't know if I would necessarily trust Patty, who ran Hillary's 2008 presidential campaign primary campaign, because look how that turned out. I'm just saying, do we trust her? I don't know, or them? Do we trust them? I'm just saying.
Bobby Mook, who ran Clinton's 2016 general election campaign.
Hi, Hillary Clinton team? Yeah, I need advice on how to win.
Yeah, like, why are you talking to Hillary Clinton's team? Like,
what? Do you think Hillary is like seething? If there's any reason to vote for Kamala, it's just to make Hillary extremely mad. It was supposed to be me! The Democrats are voting for a cop and the Republicans are voting for a felon. And one of the candidates' VP is a Shoe0nHead fan. Wild timeline we're on, folks. It's silly season. I don't know who's gonna win. All I know is that this is a race between 2 very different candidates.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
All right, damn.
Anyway, that was my little political video.
It can't, okay. Have y'all seen the stuff about Tim Walz, by the way? Because, like, I'm like, holy shit. Like, his video, like, they started immediately, like, he has, like, videos. Like, Tim Walz is Kamala's VP running mate. And, like, he already has, like, those, like, political commercials out. They're strong commercials. And I'm like, damn. Like, damn. Like, no, so basically, Tim Walz's whole thing is he's, like, small town America. He grew up in small town America. He went and joined, like, he had 24 people in his graduating class. And he went and joined the military for 24 years. And then he was like one of those like teachers / coaches, like the social studies coach. You know what I'm talking about? He was like one of those for a year. And then his big claim to fame is for, what is it, Minnesota? I think he's the governor of Minnesota. Is it Minnesota? His big thing is that he signed in that school kids, Minnesota, school kids get free lunches, and I think breakfast as well. So they, like, every school kid gets a free lunch in school. And that was like this big thing, right? So that was like a big thing. But he's like calling out, it's like they're like, oh, VP, like, or not VP, but like JD Vance or whatever went to like a big Ivy League school, and like his, you know, parents have money and like all this other stuff. Like, he doesn't understand small town America. And like Tim Walz understands small town America because he legitimately is and historically has been small town America. And like, if you just watch it, it's strong. It is a strong commercial. Like, I was like, damn, like I saw it and I was like, damn, dude. You're fucking quick on that. like you don't trust anyone who does more than 20 years in the military. I mean, he did like 24. Like, I mean, and then he went and became a teacher and like a football coach. Football coach plus history teacher, yeah. So like I was just really impressed about like the commercials or ads that they were running for him, like very quickly. I was like, holy shit.
I just wanted to cover everything that happened so we can like look back on this during World War III and see how easy we had it. So what are your thoughts? Who do you think is going to win? Not who do you want to win, who do you think is going to win? Big thank you to everyone who donates to me on Patreon. I appreciate your support so much. If you'd like to support the channel, click the link down below, and I will see you guys very soon with a fun, non-political video.
Yay! Non-political, please. Political stuff makes me spiral. Like, I'm trying to keep up to date, and it just makes me sad. It just keeps making me sad. It's kind of stressful. Anyway, support Shoe0nHead.